A woman sent the email to me talking about, Anthony, you have really good videos, but isn't one day you want to be married? Women just don't understand. The marriage is just a thing of the past. You will be alone forever. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Anthony Spade channel.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Okay? Today we're going to be talking about why marriage is a thing of the past and women will be alone forever. All right? Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because we have this constant battle back and forth between men and women. It's women's fault. It's men's fault. Men are like this. Women are like this. Men are like this. Women are like this. Okay, there's a complete separation between man and woman. But regardless of what a woman says on surface, all of them want to be married, no matter what. Women are always battling the girl she's trying to portray compared to the woman that she's actually is behind the scenes. But the girl that she is behind the scenes doesn't matter anymore because the way of life has changed. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how life has changed to the point where there is no more marriages. No one's seeking it. First, marriage has been proven to be overrated. All right? It has nothing to do with love. It's nothing but a contract. It's just an agreement. It's an agreement to live with someone for the rest of your life. It's an agreement to start a family, to build a lifestyle with someone that you like. That's all it's about. All right? The love part, that's only at the beginning because it plays at the beginning of a fairy tale. Everyone has been programmed through these cartoons when they were little. At the beginning, you go through this fairy tale phase. But none of those cartoons ever talk about what happens after they get married. The whole entire fairy tale builds up to the moment that they actually get married, but the cartoons never show what actually happens after marriage. All right? That's where the biggest problem has been in society, is that growing up as a child, those movies that you used to watch, Cinderella and all the other fairy tale stories, right? Had you programmed that at the beginning of the relationship, you're supposed to win a woman. You're supposed to treat her like a princess. And then you're supposed to get married. But they never talk about what happens after marriage. So what happens after marriage is what made everything at the beginning overrated because you never get that feeling back. There's maybe 1% of marriages, less than 1% of marriages out there that are actually happy. And majority of those marriages, they live somewhere in the middle of nowhere where there's no distractions. I used to tell guys all the time, if you want to get married, just have enough just have enough money to where you could take your woman into the woods, get a big house and start a family doing it that way. A lot of guys that live in the country, that's what they do. They go in the middle of the woods and they build themselves a house and start building a family. All right, them days is over because we have technology. Technology is able to remove people from reality and place them inside of a matrix world where they are always right. So what has happened? People have become narcissists to themselves and have lost disconnect to where they want to be. So the programming of the cartoons and the programming of the simp mindset has faded out. Next, divorce laws have become politics and has been used as a weapon and also biased to one side. So it feels good to get married, but it feels bad to get out of a marriage. Not because the love has been disconnected, but it feels bad to get out of a marriage because of what's going to be done to you. the punishment that the government is going to give you, that the laws are going to do to the man. They're going to do more damage to the man than it is for the woman, due to the simple fact that when those laws were written, women were in a different mindset. But being that women have changed into another mindset, the laws still support a different type of woman. That's where a lot of these guys are getting burnt at. It's because the laws of what a woman's supposed to get and go through doesn't match the reality of the type of woman that you're dealing with. Next, men have become desensitized to a woman's appeal. What does that mean? That means that it used to be a time where a man would see a woman and he'll be like, you know what, I like her. I'm gonna go for her because I'm man enough to go for her. And that woman will feel the alphaness in him, and she'll want to be pursued. She'll want to be vented. She'll want to do this. Nowadays, it's like, no, men don't have that innocence. When they look at a woman and see innocence and they want to go for that, it's all about lustful mindsets. And the reason why it's based off of a lustful mindset, which causes men to only like women for temporary bits of time, not for the long term, only for temporary bits of time, is due to the simple fact that they only want one thing out of a woman, and that's sex. But that one thing that they want out of a woman makes a woman feel sexy, which makes a woman feel good. See, women have become addicted to men looking at them lustfully in order for them to feel sexy, in order for them to feel good. But they want to be respected like a nun. That's where the problem is at with you women. You're not understanding. Men are always thinking about sex. So any little bit of thing that you do to pull off a sex appeal causes him to want to like you for your sex appeal, but you want to use your sex appeal to lure him in, but you want him to switch and start liking you for who you are. It doesn't work that way. Men have become desensitized to it. So pretty much, men are just looking for women that are going to portray the same imagery and the same actions as a porno star. That's what they want. A man is not getting ready to settle down with a basic woman and have basic standard love making when he's been doing all kind of wild stuff with his matrix woman to get himself off. That's where the problem's at. Men are desensitized to women. They're not attracted to the sensitivity of a woman yet. They're not attracted to that anymore. They're just attracted to the lustfulness of her. Next, worn out WAP. Women don't understand. Worn out WAP is the most important thing to a man because that's what you use to please him. Between all the toys and the different type of men that women have been with, their WAP is worn out. Prime example, you could look at Cardi B, talk about how good her WAP was, right? But then look how many times that her husband was cheating on her because the WAP was not good. He wanted younger women, right? But she bragged about how good her WAP is. No, when you've been a prostitute and you've dealt with so many girls and so many guys, and you've been in the streets and you're for the streets, you're done. That doesn't translate into real life. That translates into a fantasy world online. That's where women have not understood. That WAP and what she has designed has ruined you. It's going to make more men respect you less. So men are now respecting women less because now women have turned themselves into prostitutes. All y'all want to wear the tight yoga pants so you could be seen. Okay, but understand this, ladies. There's nothing you could do to stand out from the next woman. Booty shots has made it impossible for you to get booty shots and still be respected. Yoga pants has made it impossible for you to bend over and just make guys go wild. Why? Because you and every girl is doing the same thing. But the generation that came up, you guys started having sex earlier in life. So a lot of you women, by the time you're 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, your WAP is worn out. Which means that you and that man are gonna be in bed and you're gonna be having sex, right? Your WAP's gonna be so worn out, it's gonna be routine to you to lay there and just tell him what he wanna hear. You'll just doze off and stare at the wall or something because you know he wanted. But him, he's not gonna feel anything. Next thing you know, you guys are having sex for hours and moods and nobody's getting pleased. He done ate you out for 30 minutes. You done gave him a little bit of head. Y'all done spent 30 minutes in the bedroom doing what? And both of y'all ain't even pleased. Y'all just decided to stop because your WAP is worn out. So now he got to go get a younger woman, or he got to go get a woman with less mouths on her in order for him to get pleased. And she got to go find a bigger toy that's going to hurt her and do more torture to her in order for her to get pleased. That's how it is. Next, women don't have relationship skills. Period. Relationship skills have worn out, especially with this new generation. Women can't cook. Women can't clean. They want men to cook. They want men to clean, right? They want men to do everything that women typically do. But when it's time to do some man stuff, they want the same man that do the dishes, that goes and cooks for the kids to also fix the roof. She also wants him to fix the hot water tank. She also wants him to landscape the yard. But she also wants him to be able to beat up a big guy if a guy come. I'm sorry to tell you this, lady, but you keep trying to make your beta male into an unrealistic man, and that's what guys have been getting sick of. Women having these unrealistic men that they want. We want a man that cook and clean and do all type of feminine stuff, but then we want him to turn around and be the alpha man of the year. No, why? Because you don't have any relationship skills. So you don't know what part you're supposed to play. So you want a man that plays every single part in your life that you're confused about. That's what women are doing when they have no relationship skills. All they have to offer is just their body. Right? And when their body starts to wear out, then they try to come up with excuses why you should like them. And then they're trying to debate what's wrong with man and woman. That's why marriages are played out. Women, you don't know what role that you want to play. And men are pretty much fed up like, yo, we're not dealing with this anymore. You want to be delusional? You want to be sexaholic? You want everybody to look at you? Cool. Let's just have sex, you go your way, I go my way. There's no need of us chasing. How much? That's what it's going to get to. Guys are just going to be asking women, how much? And women, you don't know how to start a business. So you're going to be charging it. Sex is going to sell when nothing else in the world sells. And that's the world that we're going into. Don't no man get ready to marry no woman who's for the streets. And most of y'all women is for the streets. You want to keep wearing yoga pants? You for the streets. Period. That's how it works. When other men can look at you and fantasize about being with you, you are for the streets. And this is why marriages is over with. And women will be alone forever because men see no value in being with you. This is Anthony Spade. Hasta la vista.